Oh, that's so. We're allowed to talk about spoilers in this right now.
You know what? Why don't we just skip that? Because I do not want to give anything away because it was so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the film.
Oh, thank you.
As a K-pop fan myself, as an anime fan myself, as an literally anything Asian, I'm very, very much in love with. I feel like you guys had a huge responsibility to put together a combination of animation, K-pop culture, and also a rabid fan base. Everybody's so excited about seeing these kind of projects come up. So I wanted to see, lastly, the action, right? Like, there's so much action in this film. I wanted to first and foremost ask you, how did you balance that? How did you find the right mixture of K-pop culture, which in itself is a huge responsibility, and a film that's animated, and also the action? How did this all come together? Because it also touches very deep and mature themes in some ways, but it also makes it so simple and so understandable that even children can understand it.
Yes.
Thank you.
It was just, I don't know, just putting everything that we wanted into a soup or a puzzle. I think it's more puzzle pieces, and shaking it all up and then taking them out and just really trying to place everything in the right thing. But it took many, many iterations for every scene, for the entire movie, because there were so many pieces that kind of needed to overlap and kind of come together. And any scene that had music in it was just they were very difficult to do. We had many iterations of the song and the storyboards, and then every department that came in felt the same way. Like, they wanted to make a movie like this. We are all animation fans, and they all were like, yes, this is what I love. Finally, I wanted to work on something like this. So yeah, it was a huge team effort.
I can personally say that you guys did an incredible job with it. The music carries definitely the storyline, but it does it in such a way that it moves the story forward, which I thought was very impressive. We just discussed this, but I was curious as to how did you manage to choreograph the battle scenes with the music as you move the story forward, but you just perfectly answered that question. As far as like the costume design and the character design, I thought you did also a great job, because I'm a huge K-drama fan myself. So I noticed that you borrowed, did you borrow some of that as well? Because I saw some influence potentially.
Oh yeah. Actual footage from K-dramas that we would reference, and the animators would kind of, be very inspired by.
Yeah, we had a huge, mural board, like the reference boards that you can make online, that had hundreds of GIFs of different moments from, because like the badass lead of a K-drama, perfect dude, who slightly feels some feelings for the first time, and his eyelids do the little fluttery thing.
Yes.
And we have just 40 GIFs of that we give to our animators. And the best part, like Maggie said, was the animators were like fans of K-dramas. Many of them were Korean, and they're like, I finally get to animate this thing that I love and do my take on it in animation. So that felt like we tapped into this pent-up sense of influences and inspirations within just our crew, and it made it so natural.
Yeah, definitely filling a gap there. I think we've all been waiting for something like this, so this is great. One of the things, and I'll probably end with one last question, that is in regards to the actual storyline. The storyline, and I mentioned this to the cast as well, you touch on the concept of shame. And I thought this was such an incredible take, unexpected even, to be able to address something that is part of everybody's life, and yet we don't talk often enough about. Personally, I love reading, and I read somewhere that the solution to shame is empathy. And I find that, how did you manage to bring all of this together into your storyline, and address it in such a way that can be understood? I come from, of course, I'm with a gay outlet, LGBTQ+. So a lot of our viewers and readers, deal with these themes, different environment, but similar concept. How did you address this so carefully and so masterfully?
Well, thank you. But actually, we when we were crafting the story, we used to always compare it of Rumi's story as like she's coming out of the closet
Yeah.
and coming clean to her parent who is, is wanting her to be something that she's not. And so, yeah, it was just kind of naturally part of the kind of crafting of it and the storytelling. And yeah, I just.
Thank you for this. It was
Yeah.
wonderful, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
everybody will absolutely appreciate that. Definitely our readers will.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
This is such an incredible movie. I was so excited to meet you all.
Thank you so much.
And also, you represent your character so well. You look incredible, and needless to say, the characters also look incredible. The fashion is on point. I wanted to first and foremost start by asking you all what you thought of the script when you first read it. Like, I'm so curious.
I mean, I was so excited. It has everything we love, right? It's like this magical world, and it's K-pop, and it's girls kicking ass. Let's go. Yep. Couldn't agree more.
Also, what I loved about it. One of the things that I noticed about the movie, because I was honestly just glued to it, is how much it touches on the concept of shame. And that's something I really love, and it really goes head on to it, right? Like you don't really realize what kind of a journey you're going into until you're going through it. It's like, oh my God, this is touching so succinctly on shame. And I took some time because I'm a huge Brené Brown fan, and one of the things that she mentioned in one of her books is that shame is intensely feeling painful or experience of believing that we're flawed and therefore unworthy of love, belonging, and connection. And I felt like the movie really addresses that. So my first question is going to be directed to Arden, because she played Rumi. Being that the storyline is so complex, and how did it personally resonate with you? Did it draw inspiration from personal experience? And what is your advice for anyone looking to be brave and sharing their truth?
Yeah, I mean, I relate with Rumi so much, maybe too much. I feel like, and we've talked about this a lot, that everybody has their own types of demons or things that they're battling, their insecurities and things they're scared of. Or, I think for Rumi, she's going through this identity crisis, but also trying to do it all. And I would say for anyone who's struggling with it, my advice is, one, I think having community is really important. Your sisters, your friends. I think for Rumi, without Mira and Zoe, she wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
And I think also knowing that you're never the only one. Like, everyone is going through something.
Yeah.
On some level. And I think comparison is the worst thing. And so it's one of those, just be you and experience your journey on your own, at your own pace. And everyone's going through something. And so it's okay.
That honestly was perfect answer, and honestly what I was trying to get to, because as you know, Gayety is a gay outlet, and a lot of gay people struggle with finding themselves and understanding and sharing their truth with others. Well, this is not directly a gay film, of course. It does have undertones of understanding yourself and being able to share your truth with others. So on the other hand, for Mei and Ji Young, what was your reaction with Rumi's revelation? I'm just curious what Mira and Zoe thought and how they processed these emotions. Like, what do you think was helpful for them to come to terms and move forward?
Oh, that's so. We're allowed to talk about spoilers in this right now, like in that.
You know what? Why don't we just skip that? Because I do not want to give anything away because it was so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lastly, the key takeaway. What would you like to have your audience, being so young? What is something that you would like your audience to take away from this film?
I mean, so much of this is like the demons in a lot of ways are really like a metaphor for the critics both in the world around you and the ones in your head. And I think the women in the film are powerful because they embrace who they are and they're proud of who they are. I think that's the journey of really all three women in different ways of them finding themselves. So I think you're most powerful when you're truest to yourself and when you give yourself love and the world around you love. And I hope that kids take away that message, and that also it's just a really fun movie.
That is honestly so heartwarming. I really wish that this kind of film had come out when I was younger. So
Oh,
Thank you.
We were saying that
Same.
too. We feel like, I mean, it's never too late, but this is the movie that, we wish we grew up with.
and that's why we're here, right? We're creating the
Yeah.
content that we wish we had
Yeah.
available when we were younger. So
And now we get to give it to ourselves, basically, too. Just
Yeah.
like being part of it is so surreal.
Yeah, and I feel like even though we're grown up, like we can still be kids and we
Oh,
can
totally.
enjoy it. And I feel like that's what I also hope people take away from this is I think sometimes people think an animated film is just for kids, but it's not. I feel like animated films are literally one of my favorites. And this is something that I don't think has like an age limit on or
No.
restriction.
it's a great way to
Right.
digest something that could be very heavy in a very simplified but also heartwarming way. So
Right.
yeah, thank you so much for doing the work, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.